What's up, everybody? Another segment of Frankly My Dear. So, man, yes, tonight, my favorite sport. Even though football been good this year, I must admit, but I love me some basketball. I love the NBA. I cannot wait. Got a good one tonight, Celtics versus Sixers. So, man, anyways, I'm gonna dive right in. My top five storylines for the Eastern Conference this year. I split the conferences up, man, because this NBA always got some storylines. There's so many. YouTube still got me on this 15-minute restriction, man, so I couldn't squeeze both conferences probably into one video. I didn't even want to try. I didn't have to go back and delete stuff. So, anyways, if you want to know my prediction for the NBA Finals and who will win each conference, that's gonna be on my Western Conference video. That's gonna come right after this. So, anyways, man, Eastern Conference top five storylines. Storyline number one is who will take the mantle. As we know, LeBron has been dominating the East for the last 8 years. Yeah, 8 years, 7 to 8 years. And that's just, it's going to be funny, man. Just interesting seeing who is going to step up and take the mantle, okay? It's nobody sitting on the throne right now, It's a free-for-all, who's going to take that spot, Is it going to be the teams that we think, the Celtics and Sixers that most are picking? Or is it going to be a random team, another team that steps up, And I think that's the biggest storyline right now in the Eastern Conference. That leads me to the second thing. Can the Celtics stay healthy? Gordon Hayward coming back from that horrible foot and ankle injury. Kyrie is hurt a lot, hurt often every year. It's just going to be interesting to see, man. It's going to be interesting to see how they how everybody gets the ball. If Gordon Hayward coming back, it might stunt Tatum's growth, which I don't think, man. I think this is gonna be a big year for Tatum, actually. But if you look on paper, man, that starting five is tremendous. And Horford, even though I've been very critical of Horford in the past, defensively, man, Horford is a stalwart. He's the anchor of that team, especially defensively. All right, and he just does a lot of things. He's a solid NBA center. He got overpaid, but solid. Okay. And, they still got a decent bench with Rozier coming off the bench. So, man, it's just going to be very interesting to see if the Celtics can stay healthy. I don't think anybody can beat them. But we'll see, man. They got a team that, like I said, got a long history of injuries, a long history of just bad luck at the wrong time. So we'll see how it goes. That leads me to another storyline. Storyline number 3, will the Sixers mature? All right. Honestly, man, even though the Celtics have the best starting five in the Eastern Conference, I feel, even though they have the best starting five, these two guys, man, Embiid and Simmons, if they grow and mature and play at their elite level with what they have, and Fultz is a key cog in that too as well. If Fultz can play decent, even if he gives them 12 to 14 off the bench, who knows? If he plays like a number 1 overall pick, then we really gonna have some Celtics really gonna have some problems. And it's just gonna be interesting to see if they mature. Interested also to see if Embiid is gonna be able to play a full second season. All right. Embiid played a lot of games last year. But to me, in my opinion, to get rid of that label, to get rid of that that injury-prone label, you got to at least do 2 consecutive years, man. So we'll see how it goes, man. But I think if Embiid and Simmons play at their top level with the pieces that they have around them, the shooters they have around them, man, if Simmons has developed any type of a jump shot, any type of another go-to move in that mid-range area, the Sixers could easily knock off anybody in the East, okay? Because they have they could possibly end up with the 2 best players in the Eastern Conference this year if those guys both mature at the rate that I think they may mature, all right? Then that leads me to another storyline. Storyline number 4. Will the Greek Freak take the next step? In my opinion, he's clearly the most talented player right now in the Eastern Conference. Now that LeBron is gone, as far as just more so the player that can impose his will from a physical standpoint, a player that can do a lot, do it all except shoot. I hope he has worked on his jump shot this summer, man. Because he scored, it's easy, with his size, it's easy. But to me, at times, in my opinion, he does have to work a little too hard to get his shots off, mainly because he doesn't have a jump shot. So guys basically, are pressing. I mean, giving him space, and he gotta get creative. But because he's so long and so physical, he usually, once he get around the rim, is automatic. But it's just getting to the rim. I want to see a little bit more of his handles. A little more first step quickness. That's the kind of things I want to see if Greek Freak has developed this year, and also being dominant on defense. He definitely has the body, the frame, the ability to dominate on defense. I'm looking for Greek Freak. This is your chance. You have to take over the Eastern Conference. You have to take over the spot that LeBron has left. You have to fill that void. It's time. It's no more waiting. It's nobody in your way. It is time. It's time for you to take that step. The thing that concerns me though is just, I don't know if he has the surrounding pieces to fully contend for the Eastern Conference, but he should be right there. If he is the guy who we all think he could be, he should be right there. This is the make or break year, whether or not he's gonna become a superstar or if he's just gonna be a solid all-star. Okay. And that leads me to my last thing. Will another team challenge the top two teams, but more so, how would a Kawhi Leonard addition to the Raptors impact the whole landscape of the Eastern Conference? If Kawhi is healthy and Kawhi is the Kawhi that he was before last season, when he didn't play at all, pretty much, Kawhi is a top 5 NBA player, if not top 3 by some. Some have most lists you normally see when Kawhi was healthy. It was LeBron, Kevin Durant, Kawhi, and then usually you'll see Harden somewhere sprinkled in there, Westbrook somewhere sprinkled in there, Curry somewhere sprinkled in there. But it was always those guys, Anthony Davis somewhere sprinkled in there. Between those guys, the Kawhi Leonard a lot of times was always high on those lists because of his ability to play both ends, And it's going to be interesting to see, man. Even though the Raptors gave it DeRozan and Podol, they still have one of the best benches in the NBA from last year. They still have a decent starting 5 with Valanciunas still there, Ibaka still there. They should definitely be a very dominant defensive team. Kyle Lowry, I've never been big on Kyle Lowry. I just hope. The thing with the Raptors, man, as we all know, it's no LeBron no more. It's nobody to punk y'all, Debo y'all like they do every damn year, okay? So y'all have no excuses not to make it this year, man. In my opinion, y'all have a better, a far superior player in Kawhi Leonard than DeMar DeRozan, who I like DeRozan, but, I think mentally, Kawhi is a tougher guy. Kawhi's been there. Kawhi's a champion, okay? People forget that Kawhi's a finals MVP, so it's going to be interesting. This is going to be a true test to see Kawhi's leadership skills, to see if he can change the culture in Toronto. This is their chance. They still have talent at every position. They still have, like I said, the bench. And honestly, they're the wild card. Them, and as always, in my opinion, the Wizards. I don't know. The thing with the Wizards, man, I just don't know if the Bill and Wall thing is going to work. And then they got Dwight, but Dwight is having a... if I saw correctly, I think Dwight has like a tailbone injury already, so he might miss the first couple weeks. It's starting early for the Wizards, man. On paper, you think the Wizards got all the talent in the world, but just like the Raptors, they didn't have the mental fortitude to get through the playoffs, and take that next step. But anyways, man, that's my prediction for. I mean, not my prediction. That's my top 5 storylines for the Eastern Conference. Y'all let me know what y'all think. How y'all feel about some of these, man. How y'all think it's going to play out. Hit the subscribe button, like button, comment. Y'all have a productive day. 1.